Getting your labels printed. You have your labels designed and everything looks good. You know your labels look great because you watched our previous video about how to design your labels and get a professional looking label ready to go without a whole lot of headache. You also know that you have all the correct information on your soap label because you watched our video on what legally needs to be on a soap label, what information you need to have there, and where it needs to go to make sure your soap labels are compliant with all the legal regulations for doing that. So you know you've got all of that done. Now the question is how to get that label off of your computer screen and onto your soap. So let's dive into how to print your soap labels. All right, so you can see here we are back at canva.com. And again, if this is the first time you've seen me working with the soap label on Canva, you have another video that you need to watch, which is the one directly before this one. So click the link above me and you can go watch how to design the soap labels and then come back to this video and we'll show you how to print them. So this is the file we were working with in that video. We did our Midnight Water soap from Twin Pines soap. It's goat milk soap. All the stuff is here. All the information looks good, except I should probably put my actual address in there, but you can do that on yours. You've got your website, your Facebook, all of that stuff there. So now we need to download this file from Canva. Right now it's living out in the internet somewhere, and we need to bring it down actually onto our computer. And you're going to do that with this share button. So I'm going to click the share button and we want to download this file. So we're going to click there. Now it wants to download all 8 pages. Remember, there is a bunch of different label types, different colors and different layouts. We don't need all of that. So we're going to click this down arrow. I don't want to select all. I just want the top page. So I'm just taking page 1. And now we're done selecting the pages. And now we need to actually download the file. So you'll watch it, and when it's done here, it'll kind of soup up to your downloads here. And I am working on a PC. If you're working on a MacBook or a Mac, this might look different to you. You just need to interpret this into your world. Wherever your downloads go, that's where you're going to need to look. Okay, so we have this file downloaded now. You can see it right there. Now I am going to bring up Word. If you use something else for your word processing or you prefer to use some other program, that's fine. But again, you just need to interpret what I'm doing into your world. And the shortcuts I use might not work exactly right there, but the concept will be the same. So you can see here, I have this page portrait, meaning it's tall up and down. And we're going to insert a picture. See where I am up here, inserting a picture. It's on this device because we just downloaded it to this device. And now it's going to say, okay, where do I find this picture? Well, it's in our downloads because that's where we just put it. And here it is. So I'm going to select one of those and click insert. Now there is this picture. Now I want to make very clear here that we downloaded this from Canva and it's a picture now of the file that's on Canva. On this page right here in Word, I can't change any of the words on this picture. It's just like you took a picture of your kid and you're pasting it into this Word document. So you can't adjust any of the words or any of the like how it's laid out. In order to do that, you would need to go back to Canva, make those changes, download it again, and then put that file into your document. Okay, now if I select this, I'm going to right click and copy. So now I copied this picture. And now I'm going to look for that cursor. I want the cursor to be right over here. I'm going to hit enter twice, right click, and paste to the picture. There it is. And now we'll just keep doing that. Bring that cursor over here, enter twice, right click, and paste. Now, if your soap is a size whoops, hold on a minute. And paste. And I believe if I have everything done correctly here, I can get 5 of them on this page. Now, something that might help you also is to adjust your margins. So you're going to layout and margins. I want to make them narrow. I don't need a lot of margin on this page because we're going to cut it apart and make it into labels anyway. So I don't need a whole lot of header space here. There we go. Now it adjusted. So now we've got narrow margins. And now I need one more space in between these two. Those two are too close. All right. So now if you have a let me see. Okay. A soap that's a little narrower. This having the label paper portrait will probably fit around this just fine. But if you have one that's a little bit wider, so your soaps are a little wider, you might need to flip this page so that it's landscape, so it's long instead of tall. And then you might only get 3 or 4 labels on that paper. But that's how you're going to download the label from Canva and insert it multiple times on the page so that you have multiple labels all on your page. All right. Now, what do you do with it after you have it to that point? Now you are going to need to have a printer. Um, yeah, you'll need to have some kind of printer. If it's a black and white printer, that's okay. Just know that your label is going to come out all black and white. If you have a logo or something else that you're including on your label, it might be nice to have a color printer. And especially if you see that this is going to be something that you want to do and offer for sale, like you don't see an end to your soap making in the future, it might be worth the investment of a color printer. If that isn't in your budget for the moment, maybe taking this file after you have this Word document all figured out, putting that on a flash drive, taking it to a print shop somewhere and having them print it, or if you can like load it on their website or whatever their process is, that might be worth doing initially. So you get nice, good copies of your label and without having to invest in the printer. So that's just a decision for you to make. Then, once you have those sheets of labels printed, you're going to cut them either with a scissors or with a paper cutter, and then fit the label around your soap. To attach it, we just use Scotch tape. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's not any more complicated than that. So, don't overcomplicate it. It doesn't have to be too complicated there. Again, if you have a little bigger, a little wider soap, you might have to flip that page to be landscape. And then when you cut it, your band will be a little bit longer. All right, tape them on, and then you are good to go. Again, fit them snugly. You want them to, so when you pick them up, the labels don't all fall off. So fit them as snug as you can. And if you have your soaps fully cured, that is going to ensure that the soaps are not going to shrink significantly past that point, and your labels will stay nice and tight. Now, okay, so I know your next question is, okay, we made the label for Midnight Waters, but next I'm labeling Black Raspberry Vanilla or something else. How do I change the label to be this other soap scent? Well, like I said, you're going to need to go back to Canva. And what I would do, in fact, let me share that. Let me share that so you can see that as well. Hang on just a second. Hold on. I have to find the screen I wanted to share. There we are. Okay. So here we are back at our label page, but how do we go back and change it? What I would do is you can come here and just change this again, but the next time you want to label Midnight Waters, you have to come back and create the label again. I would click this little button here that says duplicate page. And now you'll see that now there's 2 of them. Leave this one alone. This is your Midnight Waters label. Just leave it alone. And the next time you want to print Midnight Waters labels, you just have to download this page. It probably won't be page 1 anymore, but you can see what page it is and just choose when you share. And when you click the share button, just choose whatever page it is, and then you can download that again and use it for your labels. But now on this second page, on this copied page, we can change this into whatever else we're going to do here. Okay, now you can see already this name isn't going to work the same as Midnight Waters. I'm going to need to stretch it out a little bit. And that means, well, hold on, let's look here. this guy's going to have to move out. So let me get him out. And I might have to adjust some other pieces here. See, I got to grab onto that and it's underneath that box. So I can adjust some things. Maybe this name just needs to be smaller. Maybe we just shrink it up a little bit. And then everything fits a little better. So every label you might have to monkey around with a little bit to get it to look like you want it to look. Every name is going to be a little, a different length. So just taking the little time to kind of futz around with this and make it all look like you would like it to. But then when you have another soap, you just hit duplicate again. And now there's 2 of those. And you can make your next label up here. So creating these labels is really very simple. Just remember that you can't edit the file once it's in Word. It comes in as a picture, like a picture of your face or a picture of your dog. You can't edit it there. You have to take it into a different program or back into Canva. You have to go back into Canva and edit it there and then re-download it. So that is the basics of how to get your label from the file in Canva you've been working on, downloaded onto your computer, and then printed onto resume paper and cut so that it can be your soap labels. Here is a pro tip for getting your doing your soap labeling at the correct time. Make sure that your soap is fully cured before you put your soap labels on there. So that means letting it cure for 6 weeks. Make sure it's nice and cured before you put your soap labels on. If you do it before that, soap bars shrink just a little bit as the moisture cures out of them. They shrink just a little bit. And if you put your soap labels on too early, later on, after the soap has finished curing, those soap labels will just fall right off because they're too big, because the soap bar shrunk a little bit and the soap labels just fell right off. So that's a pro tip for a little mistake that you can avoid that will keep you from having to redo that work of labeling your soaps. The biggest thing to know about labeling your soaps is don't overcomplicate this. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. Certainly don't make it more expensive than it needs to be. You can have professional labels that will look great by just following these few steps in these last couple videos that we've done on learning to do soap labels. It doesn't have to cost a bunch in printing and supplies, and it can look amazing on your bars of soap with just these little bits that we've taught you in these last couple videos. In our next video, we're going to go to, again, the next thing that I would do if I were starting a soap business right now. This thing can help bring clarity to what you need to be doing and can put some of the butterflies you have about building a business or having your own business kind of at ease. We're going to talk about how you can test your soap market and have some clarity about who's out there and what they're looking for from you. So join me in our next video and we'll talk about testing your soap market. We'll see you there.